Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Nicola Sturgeon's push to cancel women in Scotland continues with yet another turn. This time, it's the NHS in Scotland who will no longer refer to women as women. So if you need to see a gynaecologist or an obstetrician, for example, you can't if you're a woman. You can only see one if you're a non-gendered person. Don't know of any men who would ever need to see a gynaecologist. But hey ho, this is Scotland and you're through the looking glass. Let's have a look at this article. So, NHS in Scotland considers erasing the word woman, as gendered healthcare can alienate the trans community, experts warn. No, it can't. NHS Scotland is preparing new trans inclusivity guidelines for Nicola Sturgeon. Included in the proposal are consideration to erasing the word woman. And experts have claimed members of the trans community can be alienated. So you're going to, how should we say, alienate 51% of the population of Scotland, about 2.5, nearly 3 million people in Scotland. You're going to alienate them by suddenly telling them that they're no longer allowed to call themselves women, just for the sake of 0.1% of mentally ill, deluded individuals. It is unbelievable. And the fact is, it doesn't matter if these deluded people call themselves men. If these are women who are pretending to be men, it doesn't matter how natty a suit they're wearing. It doesn't matter what name they give themselves. And it doesn't matter what kind of gentlemanly haircut they decide that they're going to have. The fact is, if they get ovarian cancer or a prolapsed womb, they're going to women's healthcare. Because men's healthcare does not cover such areas as gynecology or, cervical cancer or, cancer, uteral cancer or things like that. That is not men's problems. And it doesn't matter how you present yourself. You're a woman and you have to deal with it. Or you could just say, well, okay, I might have ovarian cancer, but I'm a man. I'm a man now, so I can't possibly have ovarian cancer and not go and see the doctor. Because if you're that convinced that you're a man, then please don't go and see the doctor about your ovarian cancer. Because you don't have ovaries because you're a man. These people are morons, aren't they? Anyway, the NHS in Scotland may erase the word woman to accommodate the 4 transgender people under potential inclusivity rules. 3 million people being excluded for the sake of this very, very tiny mentally ill brigade. Experts preparing the report believe transgender men as women may feel uncomfortable if they require the services of a woman's healthcare clinic. Why? Are they suddenly not women? Is this what it is? Is changing what they think about themselves going to magically change the internal structure of their bodies? Are they suddenly going to develop male hormones? Are they suddenly going to develop male internal organs? Are those ovaries going to shrink and drop down into a little sac underneath? Is the womb going to coalesce and form into a prostate? No, none of that happens because they're just deluded as to who they are. They're women. It doesn't matter what they call themselves. They're still biologically women. And so alienating the vast, vast majority of people in Scotland to cater for the whims of the deluded is just sheer craziness. But she doesn't care because she hates women, because she knows that real women have relationships and families, and mostly with men, occasionally with women. She is incapable of having a relationship because she's not a complete human being. There's something warped and wrong inside her, and she hates everything. She hates the English. She hates women. She hates men. I think she even hates her own country. She's doing everything she can to destroy it. She is a bubbling little cauldron of hate and seething. And so everything she touches turns to corruption and is vile. Anyway, according to the Telegraph, the proposals are being sent to Nicola Sturgeon for her approval. Oh boy, she will approve. However, some doctors have branded the plans as a denial of reality. They're doing that because it is a denial of reality. The reality is that these people in their delusions are still women and still need to go and see specialists who deal with women's matters. Susan Smith of the For Women Scotland campaign group told the paper it seems that the Scottish NHS is in the grip of a science-denying cult. Well, almost. 3 of those letters are right. Gender, including non-binary identities, are irrelevant in medicine, but sex matters. And this move will almost inevitably rebound on women. Progress to improve standards in women's healthcare has been hard won, and this will set the clock back on those gains by decades. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about Scottish women. She doesn't care about the health of the nation. She gives not one flying bollock about any of it. In the Stage 1 debate of the Gender Recognition Reform Scotland Bill, the legislation passed by 88 votes to 33, with 4 abstentions. Shame on you. The bill will remove the requirement for a medical diagnosis of gender dysphoria when seeking a gender recognition certificate. I've done a video on this. They're also reducing the age from 18 to 16. 16 in law is a child in law. So they're allowing children to do this, and it doesn't require the parents' knowledge or permission. So grooming. You're keeping secrets from parents again about children. Groups representing women and girls have raised concerns over safety if the bill is passed in its current form, but proponents, including the Scottish Government ministers, have rejected the claims. Of course they have. They have an agenda that is to destroy women in Scotland. I can't begin to tell you how much loathing I have for that hateful, odious little creature. Anyway, I shall finish here and come up because she sickens me. So here we go, another step in that cancellation that she's so enamoured with. One day there'll be no such thing as women in Scotland. You'll all be androgynous. You'll all be citizens with a number rather than individuals. And why does she want to do it? And why is she being allowed to get away with it? Everyone knows exactly who and what she is. And yet she continues to do this. Why does she feel that this obsession with trans ideology that she knows is a child-targeted obsession, and yet she's doing it, and she's moved into degendering children, to introducing trans teachings in schools as young as 3. She keeps pushing these agendas, and you have to ask why. What has she got? What form of mania does this woman have? There's something deeply, deeply wrong, and it does need addressing. It's beyond belief that she's getting away with everything she's doing. When you actually look at everything she does and lay it out in a list in front of you all at once, it's not the actions of a responsible leader. It's the actions of a dictator. The hate bill, the gender bills, the interfering with the raising of children. You know, what was it? The consenting adults, or not the responsible adult bill, so that parents' rights could be subjugated to the whims of strangers. You know, she wants to remove the rights of parents from controlling their own children. What is it about this woman? What is wrong with her? Anyway, it's up to Scotland to deal with it. You've got to do something. Next thing you know, you'll all just be mindless drones living in a dictatorship. It's turning into a complete fascist dictatorship up there. All hail the wonderful Nicola Sturgeon, mine leader. Good luck, Scotland. I'll finish now. If you like what you hear and see on the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell for notifications of future output. Leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, fight for your rights, Scotland, and goodbye.